Shalom. Before I get started, I want to give all glory, honor, and praise to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Kahakodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders at GMS. Peace, honor, and respect to you brothers that's out there laboring, edifying, rightly divine the word, and truth and sincerity. And shalom to you believers out there at the Aki and Wa Akwa. So, um, I heard a brother say it. I believe he was talking about Apostle Ramla from GMS. All right. That he said this truth is likened unto a buoy, all right, which it is. When I heard the brother say it, I thought about it and instantly it came to mind to do a lesson about it, because this truth is likened unto a buoy. And for you brothers and sisters that don't know what a buoy is, this buoy is this thing that's in the red. That's red. All right. And let's get the definition of a buoy. All right. Now, when you look up buoy, all right, it says an anchor. All right. See, this truth is like an anchor. All right. An anchor floats serving as a navigational mark. This truth is like a navigational mark. All right. To show reef and other hazards. Right. The truth, what? The Holy Scriptures, keep us away from hazardous situations. All right. Even hazardous thoughts. All right. A hazardous mind frame. It can keep us away from hazardous things and detect hazardous things, or for mooring. And when you go down to the verb, excuse me, definition 1, it says keep someone or something afloat, right? And this truth, meaning the Holy Scriptures, does just that, all right? Because no matter, and another thing I thought about is, no matter how hard you try to press a buoy down, when you holding it down, it might go down in the ground, and you're gonna have to buoy. You're gonna have to put force. You're gonna have to use a good amount of strength to hold it down. But once you let go, it's always gonna rise to the top. And that's what I want to go into this lesson. All right, because again, this truth is like an anchor. All right, and let's get that, because what did the scriptures say? Let's go to the scriptures. When you go to Isaiah 33:6, it says what? And wisdom and knowledge of what? Of the Holy Scriptures in its purest form. And wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability. See? The stability of thy times, and strength of salvation. The fear of the Lord is his treasure. Okay? So wisdom and knowledge of these scriptures in its purest form is going to be our stability, which means what? It's going to be our anchor. It's going to keep us afloat. All right. And again, the scriptures can be used as navigational marks. All right. Because it makes you check yourself. All right. It makes you look inside yourself. And and when you follow the scriptures, you can know when you're going off. Okay. When you're doing too much, when you need to pull back. All right. Kind of when you headed in the right direction, when you headed in the wrong direction. All right. And again, with the hazards. All right, you can detect it. It prevents you from hazardous things. It can defend you from hazardous things. All right. And again, no matter how hard you press that buoy down, it's always going to what? Rise to the top. Because see, Esau, he spent a lot of time and money to hide this truth in its purest form. But see, what happened was this Bible is like a buoy. It was going to eventually rise to the top. Okay, no matter how much strength Esau did, how long he held it down. All right, it was destined to rise to the top. Okay, so let me start off with this right here. When you go to Habakkuk 2, starting at verse 2, what do it say? It says, and the Lord answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain upon tables, that he may run that reader. Right. So the Lord said to Habakkuk, make it plain upon tables, man. Okay. Verse 3, for the vision is yet for appointed time. All right. Because even this truth being presented in this purest form was set for an appointed time. Just like you have the MOTB that's for an appointed time. You have the wars, the rumors of wars that's set for appointed time. You have our people waking up. That all of that was set for an appointed time. Okay. But at the end it shall speak. See? And we're getting closer and closer to the end. Okay. This is why this truth, okay, is it has been going out, okay, in its purest form. All right, to wake the people up, to let the people know, hey, we are almost at the end. All right. And at the end it shall speak and not lie. That's one thing about the truth. The truth is the truth, and a lie is a lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come. It will not tarry. So, although we have been in these Christian churches, in the Islam, in the Egyptology, and things of that nature, guess what? It was only going to be so long that the Lord was going to shake us up out of that and bring us to the truth. All right. Although the end is seeming like it's tarrying, it's not tarrying. All right. And that's going to bring me to, because again, everything was for an appointed time. Again, no matter how hard Esau tried to suppress the truth, all right, it was going to pop up. And now we know it. Now we know who Esau is. To the point we calling him Esau. 10, 15, 20 years ago, certain brothers and sisters weren't calling this man Esau. All right. It was all for an appointed time. All right. Us knowing that we Israelites, it was for an appointed time. It was always going to rise up to the top who the true children of Israel was. And the thing about it is, let me go here. I'm getting this blue letter. Just bear with me. All right, when you go to Revelation 11, in 11, what do it say? It says, and after 3 days and a half, the spirit of life from the Most High entered into them. Right. No matter how hard Esau tried to keep us in a dead state, keeping us saying we're black, we're African Americans, we're Latinos, we're this, we're that, it was always going to ride that buoy, which is the scriptures, was going to rise to the top. All right. And that spirit was going to enter into us. And when it goes into 3 days and a half, it's 350 years. All right, continuing on. And they stood upon their feet, and great fear fell upon them which saw them. Right. And that's what you're seeing now. All right. With the vocab Malones. All right. Everybody that's coming against the doctrine in its purest form. Mainly these Edomites. All right. Because you have a lot of us Israelites that's coming against it, but they still in that dead state. They wasn't meant to wake up. As far as right now, at this present moment, who knows? But these Edomites, they already know, like the elites. This is why they're going into wanting to ban the Bible. Okay, they take brothers' pages down. They give us strikes, things of that nature. That's that great fear. Okay, see, no matter how hard, how much money, how much effort and time, the truth was gonna rise up to the top, because it's likened into a buoy. All right, it's an anchor, but it's gonna keep you afloat. It's gonna stay afloat. All right. And again, in 11, it said that 350 years is basically from like 1619 to 1969. Because when you get into the late 60s, early 70s, that's when Abba Bivens came on the scene and started preaching about Yahweh Shah, man. All right, and that was the beginning. That was basically the beginning right there of that spirit. Okay, that was it right there. Because again, no matter how hard Esau would try, that buoy, which is the Holy Bible, was gonna rise to the top. And that's why you seeing this word going out on a grand scale. Even the internet, that was set for an appointed time. It was going to be a time where the Lord, okay, was going to bring the internet, So now, you know what I'm saying? You still got brothers that go out, but now you got the word just spreading worldwide on the internet. Cause I can upload this video, and though I may be in Georgia, somebody in Hawaii can see it. Somebody in China, somebody in Russia, somebody in Africa can see this video. Okay? Matthew 24:14. It says, and this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world for a witness unto all nations. And then shall the end come. Right. That's how you know we're getting closer and closer to the end. All right. Why? Because you see this gospel is being spread on a heavy, heavy, heavy level, man, due to the internet, man. And brothers is waking up teaching, man. That was for an appointed time. That's that buoy, which is the scriptures, rising up to the top. The truth can't be suppressed. But what did it say? And then the end shall come, which means what? When you go back to the definition of a buoy, didn't it say a float serving as a navigational mark? See, this is how we know where we at. Okay, we know we getting close to the end through the scriptures because we see what's going on. See, this is why this truth is likened to a buoy, man. All right, when you go to let's get this. When you go to Acts chapter 2, all right, starting at verse 16, but this is that which was spoken by the prophet Joel, because this is basically in Joel and reiterated in Acts, verse 17, and it shall come to pass in the last days, said the Most High, I will pour out my spirit upon all flesh. You notice, again, with this word going out, it's upon all flesh. Everybody is going to hear this word. All right. You got what they deem as whistleblowers. All right. Bringing stuff out, you know, and your sons and your daughters shall prophesy, and your young men shall see visions, and your old men shall dream dreams. Right. You got brothers, even sisters dreaming dreams, saying they seen Yahweh, dreaming of the MOTB, dreaming of the destruction, dreaming of different things. All right. You got men out there prophesying, man. You got, hey, this is was set for an appointed time. And it said what? Again, it shall come to pass in the last days. All right. That navigational mark. That's that buoy being that navigational mark. Okay, letting us know, hey, we in the last days, man. We seeing these things happen. We seeing the wars, the rumors of wars. We seeing the pestilences, the famines, the earthquakes in diverse places, the uproars in the people. We're seeing these things, man. The great awakening of the people. You got now, when we used to say, oh, we black and we proud, right? Now you got them same brothers and sisters saying, hey, we the true children of Israel. And y'all not. Y'all the Edomites. Okay, this is the last days, man. How do we know this? Through the scriptures. All right, the scriptures being brought out on a heavy, 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 heavy level. Let me get something in Baruch real fast. All right. Because one thing this truth has done has brought us together. When you get Baruch 5:5, it says, arise, O Jerusalem. And Jerusalem is a people before it's a place. And stand on high and look about toward the east. And behold, the children gathered from the west unto the east by the word. See, that's that by that buoy. The word, the Holy Bible. By the word of the Holy One, rejoicing in the remembrance of the Most High. Okay, because see, we had it before. We lived before. So we've been put into remembrance, all right? But again, this word, okay, which is likened to a buoy, is gathering from the east to the west, man. It's gathering from the four corners, man, of the earth, man. What did it say? This gospel shall be preached, all right? It said this gospel shall be, it said, that the Lord gonna pour his spirit out. But in Matthew, all right, it said what? That this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world, man, for a witness unto all nations. All nations is gonna hear this. You got brothers speaking in Spanish. You even got people doing it in sign language, in African tongues. You got it, French. You got brothers everywhere teaching this word, man. All right, everywhere. It's no excuse because it's on the internet, and that's the thing about it. So no matter how hard Esau pressed this buoy down, it was gonna rise to the top. It ain't nothing you can do. And when it rise to the top, what it was gonna do, it was gonna be that anchor. It was gonna be that navigational mark. Okay, it was gonna serve as a navigational mark and to show us the hazards. Okay, to protect ourselves. Okay, that's what this Bible does, man. I thought it was. That's why when I heard the brother say it, I'm like, oh, this is perfect. Because again, what was Esau's thing? His thing was deception, man. His thing was deception. Now I want to grab this real quick because the thing about it is, well, matter of fact, let me stick it. When you go to Revelation chapter 20, all right, verse 1, it says, and I saw an angel come down from heaven, having the key of the bottomless pit and a great chain in his hand. Now, when you go into that angel coming down from heaven, that's speaking about Yahushua and having the key to the bottomless pit. That bottomless pit is basically Europe, and that great chain is representing slavery. Verse 2, and he laid hold on the dragon, that old serpent, which is the devil and Satan, and bound him 1,000 years. And that devil and Satan is not talking about the spiritual being Satan. It's talking about Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, man. That's why I say Satan bound. And when you go into Satan, all right, Satan means what? Adversary. All right, because Esau is adverse to the scriptures. All right, you notice all the legislations and laws he put in place and things he do in his kingdom is adverse to the scriptures. The Lord said, don't eat pork. Don't eat, abominable foods like crab, shrimp, lobsters. He makes those a delicacy. Okay, the Lord said, get rid of the ABC gang. He make laws, legislations to protect them and get them more rights over the rest of the people. All right. Now he into the pedo stuff. All right. He does usury with these credit cards and these loans and things of that nature. He's adverse to the scriptures, man. All right. And you have these devils like Yuval Noah Harari come out and say that they surpass the God of the Bible. They don't need Yahushua to have immortality. He's adverse to the scriptures. And when they got bound 1,000 years, that was going into the medieval times, what they call the dark ages. That's when we ruled. The Israelites, man, we was in Europe, we was ruling, all right, and we had them under subjection. Verse 3, and cast him into the bottomless pit and shut him up and set a seal upon him. It was no witchcraft, no deception, no nothing, man. Okay, we was in control. That he should deceive the nations no more. See? Because that's Esau, one of his greatest weapons beside the sword is deception, man. Okay, iconoclasm is what happened when they came back into power. All right, painting. I'm gonna get into that. Deceive the nations no more till 1,000 years should be fulfilled, and after that he must be loosed a little season. So we ruled for about 1,000 years in the dark ages. Then when you jump down to verse 7, it says Satan freed, doomed. All right, Satan. You notice they're using Satan, adverse to the scripture. And when 1,000 years are expired, Satan shall be loosed out of his prison. And one thing, if you notice, if you following this, these things has happened. All right, which making this Holy Bible truth, man. You can't. This is a buoy. This truth is like a buoy, man. It's gonna be presented. It's not gonna sink. All right, you can press it down. But guess what? It's only so long you can hold it down for you got to let go. And the truth just got to be free, man. And that's what happened with a buoy. A buoy is strong. You're not going to sit there and hold it down forever, man. And you got some that you can't hold down, of course, but like the ones in the ocean you can't hold down, but you do have buoys you can float on. But what do? It helps you float. All right. But soon as you get up off that buoy, guess what? It's just gonna float. All right, verse 7, and when the 1,000 years expire, Satan shall be loosed out of his prison. All right, that's when the Renaissance period took place. This is when this devil started coming back into power, and iconoclasm happened. He started what? He painted our Lord white. He painted the disciples white. He painted all of the patriarchs of the Bible white. He started whitewashing all of the paintings of the black men and women in Europe. All right, in history, I'll tell you that. All you got to do is do the research. Verse 8, and shall go out to deceive the nations. See, deception is what he done. This is why you thought you was an African American. You thought you was a Chinaman. You thought you was white. You thought you was this. You thought you was that. You thought the Lord was a white man. This is what the white man did. You don't see the Arabs doing it. You don't see the Asians doing it. They don't paint themselves as Yahusha. Okay? Only the white man do this. Only he's everybody but Esau. He the ancient Egyptians. All right? He everybody but who he really is. All right? And shall go out to deceive the nations which are in the four quarters of the earth, Gog and Magog together to battle, and the number of whom is as the sand of the sea. All right. And when you going into like Gog and Magog, that's going into Russia, man. All right. And the sand of the sea, we already know that's the Israelites. But the point was, and shall go out to deceive the nations. This is what Esau, this is basically his number one B, because his number one A weapon is the sword. His number one B weapon is deception. All right. But guess what? Guess what? It was only going to be so long that he was going to be able to suppress the truth. Let me get this right here. Let's get this. Let's get this. It was only so long Esau was going to do it. Why? Because the vision was yet for an appointed time. Everything was for an appointed time, man. It was appointed time for him to deceive the nations until, according to Ezekiel 37, those valley of those dry bones, guess what? They was going to get the sinews, the flesh. They was going to get that breath and rise up, man, and be a exceeding great army, man. That's what we're doing right now. You see brothers preaching all over, man. And Esau, he feared it. He fears the truth coming out. This is why he got to do all what he do. When you go to 2nd Ezra 6, all right, in 27, it says what? For evil shall be put out, and deceit shall be quenched. See, it lets you know that he went out to deceive the nations, but guess what? It was only so long before evil shall be put out, and deceit shall be quenched. Verse 28, as for faith, it shall flourish, corruption shall be overcome, and the truth, okay, that buoy, which have been so long without fruit, shall be declared, man. Shall be declared, man. It was only so long before that truth, which has so long without fruit, shall be declared, man. Let me get this, and then I'm gonna close out. All right. Because you can't hinder this word. When you go to Isaiah 55, in verse 10, it says, for as rain cometh down, and the snow from heaven, and returneth not thither, but watereth the earth, and make it bring forth and bud, that it may give seed to the sower, and bread to the eater. Now, one thing you know about rain is, it's not going to go back up. And snow not gonna go back up. Salaki, if you can hear this music. They outside, you know Jake, man. All right, one thing about rain and snow, okay, once it come down, it's not coming back up. Once this truth go out, it's not gonna go back. Brothers not gonna be Israelites as a whole. And then now we gonna be like, nah, man, we ain't Israelites, we black, man, we African Americans. No, that's not gonna happen. Okay. And another thing about rain and snow is when it drop, it covers a vast amount of it covers a wide area. See, it covers a wide area. It don't rain and just, it rain on the block. No, the rain mainly will cover, a lot of cities, even the whole state. You know what I'm saying? Depending. All right. Verse 11, so shall my word be that goeth forth out my mouth. It should not return unto me void. Right. So again, once the Heavenly Father spoke, it was a wrap. It ain't nothing Esau can do. But it shall accomplish that which I please. It shall prosper in the thing where I sent it. What did it say? So shall my word be that goeth forth out my mouth, man. Let me get something else. I just thought about something. All right. Jake out there slacking for that music. Them demons, man. This word come out, see? But they ain't gonna suppress it. When you go to Ecclesiastes, Salakia 8 and 4, what do it say? Where the word of a king is, there is power, and who may say unto him, what doest thou? Esau can't do nothing with this word. He can take brothers' channels down, brothers come right back. He can give strikes, he can do this, he can do that, but this word is gonna go out. When the Lord let Esau do what he gotta do to where the word is suppressed, it's because the Lord wanted that famine of the word, which is already wrote. We already know. See, these scriptures is a navigate. It's this buoy, this truth, this holy Bible, which is likened unto a buoy, it serves as a navigational mark. It lets us know where we at, man. It lets us know where we at, where we need to be going, what we need to be doing. All right. And one thing about it, when brothers can't teach no more, and we know the word ain't going out, we know the Lord caused that. Why? Because it's already wrote. We ain't gonna be shocked by it. All right. Where the word of a king is, there is power, and who may say unto him, what doest thou, man? All right. Esau is nothing Esau could have done to suppress the truth. No matter how many millions, billions, and trillions he put into it, no matter how much deception, when the Lord say, okay, I'm done with Esau being a deceiver on this level, guess what? It was a wrap. Verse 12, for ye shall go. Oh, no, that's it. Salaki. 11 was it. Salaki. All right. Now I want to get this last scripture and close out. Now when you go to Sirach 39, all right, starting at verse 16, it says what? All the works of the Lord are exceeding good, and whatsoever he commandeth shall be accomplished in due season. See? Everything was for a due season. It was due for this truth to be suppressed, and now is the due season for it to rise to the top. All right, like that buoy and stay afloat. Verse 17, and none may say, what is this? Wherefore is that? Okay, the word where the word of a king is, there is power, and who may say unto him, what doest thou? For at time convenient they shall all be sought out. At his commandment the water stood as an heap, and at the words of his mouth the receptacles of water. Verse 18, and at his commandment is done whatsoever pleaseth him. Okay, see? Isaiah 55 and 11. All right. And none can hinder when he will save. None can hinder. All right. Because this truth saved us, man. It has brought us out of the congregation of the dead. All right. And it's the key to our salvation following these scriptures. Okay. It's the key to and none can hinder that. Esau can't hinder that. His technology can't hinder that. His witchcraft can't hinder that. What do the scriptures say? If roughly paraphrasing, if you could fool the elect. No, you're not going to fool the elect, man. None can hinder. Because this truth is likened to a buoy. It's an anchor keeping us afloat. Isaiah 33:6, wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of our times. And it serve as a navigational mark again, letting us know where we at. All right. Knowing the end. By what? What is wrote. All right. To show reefs or other hazards. All right. And to keep us away from the dangers. All right. The Lord is a strong tower. All right. So, Lord willing, this was edifying. To the next lesson. Shalom.